All right. Up next is Donkey Kong Classics. I have decided I'm going to play all the collections after all. There's just not a ton of them. It's more just the NES that has a lot, but as you go further on, frankly, there's not as much. And it's really hard to define with these kind of things, like what's new and what's not. So I'm just going to umbrella and play them all. It's going to get a little repetitive in here, but that's fine. Most of these won't be a problem. I'm a little worried about, like, I have to do Nintendo World Cup, I think, twice, and that game's a little bit longer, but whatever. Game is a little loud. I think it's because the SNES is quiet. I own this game, too. This is the version I own. I think a lot of the collections were actually pretty popular. Another reason just to play them and make a video on them. All right. Let me go ahead and start the timer. And we will start with Donkey Kong. I don't know what the difference between A and B is. I can't remember. And no, I'm not playing Donkey Kong Jr. plus math, because as far as I can tell, that was just sold by Sharp. Here we go. Yeah, those technical problems were bad. But luckily we were able to switch to the UK one, and we didn't miss anything too significant. Oh gosh. Yeah, I guess I'll start with the things that I thought were good. Oh gosh. Do we know any history about the collections? I have no idea. That's a good point. I pretty much liked all the major, like, I was thinking about it. At first, I was like, a part of me kind of wanted to see at least one more big game or something, but almost all the games they showed, with the exception of the FromSoft game, everything was 2025. So I think they're just holding some of their later games for future directs, is my guess. Like, it's even a game like Odyssey, when it got announced in the first direct, was, I think, past 6 months away. I think. It's close. So, as far as the games they showed, though, I'm looking forward to all of them. Like, Mario Kart looked fantastic. That trailer completely sold me on the game. Kirby Air Ride, I love Air Ride, so that's gonna be, I'm totally looking forward to that. That was a very pleasant surprise. Well, there's one loop beaten. I kind of want to do at least... No, wait, that is all the stages. Well, let's see how far I go. Yeah, and the 3D DK game, like, those are the people that made Odyssey. Yeah, it's not Mario's face, but, like, I fully trust them to make a very fun game, and what they showed looked really cool. So, that one I'm sure will be a blast. At least I think it's the people who made 3D Mario. Actually, are we just speculating that, or do we know that? Oh, gosh. It looks like them. Like the whole, I don't know, you can destroy everything. Looks pretty fun. I can understand liking the old design, the 2D, the rare design, especially if you're more used to it. I don't mind it. I want to see more of it, but I'm not going to freak out too much over a changed design. That's not something that makes or break a game for me. Yeah, that's what I heard, that there was a rumor of them working on it. What I'd heard was that someone else was actually working on it, and Nintendo didn't like it, so they did it themselves, but I don't know how true that was. Part of the reason why I actually suspected this was because of how much they've been doing stuff with Donkey Kong lately. Between, adding the new amusement park ride, releasing, like, everything on the Switch, it really felt like they were gearing up to something Donkey Kong, so I actually was not surprised at all. If at the end it turns into Donkey Kong, that would be kind of funny. But yeah, that one looks pretty cool. I'm sure that one will end up being a lot of fun. I love my platformers, so. Only question in my mind, is it a collect-a-thon, or just like Kirby and the Forgotten Land level based? I kind of hope for collect-a-thon, but I'll be happy either way. Yo. He also showed, oh, banana. Ooh, okay, this is fun. And then at this point, Prime 4 is just a Switch 2 game for me. So that's the other game that's coming out by the end of the year sometime. Silk Song allegedly is coming out sometime by the end of the year on the Switch 2. So I'm pretty happy with the first like 6 months. We don't really know too much beyond the FromSoft game, which I will probably get as well. Oh gosh. Barrels are going crazy. And I guess we've also got the stuff announced from the previous direct like the Rhythm Heaven game, and the Tomodachi Life. I think that's it. So, I'm pretty happy with the launch lineup, I think, ultimately. At first, I wasn't completely sold, but I think we're just gonna I think they're saving more things for later, and we'll just see it. Another thing I think is really wild about the Switch, too, that I don't know how much people have been talking about it, is that it has, like, not only does it have basically DS download play, but it looks like the download play is completely compatible with the Switch 1, so I'm guessing you're streaming it to them. That's crazy to me. So, like, if I get a multiplayer Switch 2 game, I can just give my brother my old Switch and we can play it together? Is that did I read that right? That seems really cool. I think that was on the website that it said that the download thing will work with, or that the whatever they call it, game share, will work with Switch 1. Which, if that's what I'm thinking it is, that's really neat. Especially because, like, it's not too hard for me to scrounge up extra Switches, especially around launch, when not as many people might have the Switch 2. So unless I'm missing something there, that seems really cool to me. I like that a lot. Oh, the spy lid. Also, I don't know how many people stuck around for me looking at the website. I'm glad that there are games that are getting free updates to performance. They didn't show that in the direct, and I kind of wish they did, unless they did and I missed it. But there are, in fact, going to be... Dang it. There are going to be a lot of games getting free performance updates, like Scarlet and Violet is, which I think is a big one that needs it. And the other games that are having the paid updates, those are basically DLC, so that doesn't surprise me. The only exception to that is I feel like the Zelda one's a little lackluster, but thankfully they're adding that to free for people who have the subscription, so I can't be too mad about it. So I'm glad they're adding free updates. And most of the DLC stuff was pretty cool. I'm sure the Zelda stuff was weird I didn't quite understand what that was. Maybe I need to take a closer look. And the interesting question about those, for the sake of the challenge, people were talking about it on my Discord a little bit. What does that mean for me? Because this is actually unprecedented. Because it's not just a game ported to a new console. The old games can be played on the new console with the updates, so it's almost more like DLC that's only compatible with the new device. So it raises a really weird question as to whether or not I should consider those separate games. I'm not sure yet, honestly. That's years in the future. Maybe I'll wait and see kind of how it actually plays out, but... It feels like DLC, but also they are releasing new carts only compatible with the new system. Really interesting. Really, it is a new case of something I don't think we've ever quite seen before. Yeah, but you couldn't pop in 8 from the Wii U into a Switch and get the update. That's the difference. You can pop a Switch 1 game into the Switch 2 and get the updates. That's what makes it so different. How many loops have I done of this? There are so many barrels. Holy moly. Okay. This is bad, yeah. Do 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 do. No, it is not surprising me that this is the hardest stage. It really does get crazy as you go on. See that clutch, guys? Oh gosh, triple barrel. Oh gosh. Okay. There's some things you can do to make this not as bad. Ah! I just missed the ladder. Whew. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Now, one thing I am, like, I was kind of this kind of painful for me. I wasn't planning on buying the Switch camera. Honestly, I wonder how many people even will. $50 for just the feature to see your friend's face seems a little high. If it was compatible with other cameras, that would be more interesting, but it's not. I doubt that it is. But, so I thought I wasn't gonna get one, right? Did you guys notice that in the Mario Party Jamboree bonus content trailer, they showed off mini games? Shoot, I got stuck. That was weird. That there was a mini game involving the camera. Did anyone notice that? I'm gonna have to get the camera for the sake of the challenge. And it's for Mario Party, no less. My world is ruined. I kind of I saw like there was new modes, but I kind of missed that it was camera exclusive. It's DSi all over again. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe they're trying to add DSi game support. That would actually be kind of cool. Face pilots and like that picture game or that Luxie's lineup. Ah! Okay, maybe I need to go inward. Oh, and I'm game over. Finally done. I just selected the same game by mistake. Okay, time for Junior. That's what it reminded me of, honestly, was the DSi games. I don't know how many people have even played those. I forgot how this game worked. Pretend you didn't see that. Oops, pretend you didn't see that. That was something I was like, I don't know. I just don't care that much about voice chat and all that. So I wouldn't say that was like a negative for me. They did spend a lot of time on something I didn't care as much about, but maybe other people will be more into it. It wasn't particularly exciting part of the Direct for me, but... Ba-da-ba-da, boo-da-boo-da. I'm talking about the camera stuff. I'm gonna do something stupid? Okay. Or like the whole voice chat stuff. It was like... I'm sure some people get into it. I don't think I'll use it much, though, myself. Personally. Okay, what's the strat for this part again? Well, it doesn't matter right now. Stuff I was less sold on is like the basketball game. And the fact that they're charging for the tech demo game when it seems like more like a, I don't know, maybe there's more depth to it than I realized. That did not totally strike me as something I would want to even be interested in spending money on, but that's another one that I was kind of like, really? Seems like less in the game than even most of their packaged in stuff, but maybe there's more to it than I realized. They did show some mini games and stuff, but I don't know. I guess it partly depends on how much it costs, too. Man, this level was so hard in the arcade version. Alright, there we go. Full loop complete. It kind of, honestly, I'm not sure about the basketball one. I wonder if those were both, what are they called? EPD4 or whatever? The people who did, like, Labo and Game Builder Garage and all of those things. The more experimental team. I'm not super crazy about their games in general, to be honest. They did 1-2 Switch as well. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. But maybe I'll be surprised. The basketball one just looked a little bit awkward to control. And kind of slow. It's a little scary. And I already don't like sport games. Yeah, that's true. Now let's talk. I almost don't even want to bring this up. But let's talk about the real kicker there, that price tag. That's the thing that's got most people probably kind of freaking out over it, which I kind of get. I personally am not too surprised. I said this on my stream near the end. Not because it's Nintendo, but because of just things I've heard about the industry. I mean, do you guys remember 2 years ago when PlayStation and Microsoft bumped up the prices of their consoles? That was like an unprecedented thing. Well, maybe not unprecedented, but hardware has gotten expensive, man. I spent like $1,500 on my PC. So I'm not too surprised by the price of the console. It's maybe a little higher than I was thinking, but not by much, honestly. I'm not too surprised by it. Like I said, hardware has just gotten expensive. Ba-ba-ba. But yeah, what's weird about the games is that, like, the Donkey Kong game was still $70, not 80, even though 70 is already higher. It's like, are they just trying to push people to get the bundle? Because it's only then $50 extra if you get the bundle. I don't know. Maybe they're testing the waters to see how people react. Doesn't seem like people reacted that well, so. From what I've, like, heard, though, about, like, a lot of developers, they've been kind of feeling like, even with games, they've been feeling like game prices haven't kept up with development costs, which, you know, you could argue they need to make better games then, as a sign of the... Oh! Like, they should show actual signs of improvement with the development costs, but, like, I've heard a lot of developers have been kind of chomping at the bit to wait for people to raise for bigger names to raise the prices, and if there's a bigger name, it's the people who sold, what, 60 million, 80 million, how much is it again? Mario Karts. No, yeah, the 90 physical thing is, that's bogus. That's not true. That is something, I don't know where it came from. I think it came from the fact that, like, the Spain website shows 2 different prices, but Nintendo has nowhere said that it's gonna be $90 for physical. I'm pretty sure that's bogus. I don't know where. I think that's where it came from, and I think it's... Oh! They split in 2! What the heck? Because the website says $80 is the recommended website for retailers. So that's not the digital price. That's the physical price, right? Am I crazy? Why would Nintendo recommend a digital price for their own game? That doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't think that's real. Maybe I'll be proven wrong, but I don't see anywhere where it actually said, gosh, there's so many of these things. Now, again, $80 is still a lot for a game. But yeah, and that's the other thing too, like, I don't know. Everything has gone up these past 5 years, at least, by quite a bit. Fast food has gotten so much more expensive, hardware has gotten more expensive, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a sucker, but I'm not surprised by it. I'm not saying I'm happy by it, but I'm not surprised by it. There's murmurs of new Grand Theft Auto being 100. Like, I don't know. I feel like the writing has been on the walls for a little bit that stuff like this was gonna happen. But if enough people want to be mad and make Nintendo change their mind, go ahead and do that. Da 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 da. Europe is in dollars though, so I don't know how that translates. I forgot about this. And even that probably depends, actually, it's not just like one country has the same price too, right? It's a bit of an oversimplification, I think, as well. Oh my gosh. Oh, I didn't think I'd make it up there. Ba-boo-da-boo-da. In fact, I think I saw a Best Buy listing for Mario Kart for 80, so I'm almost certain that's not true. Oh gosh. It does probably mean Nintendo is charging more to the stores, because that's how games work, by the way. Nintendo does not sell or determine the price at stores. They charge the store price, and then there's like a standard that they then charge for the game. So I don't... What just happened there? I have no idea. That probably means they're raising the prices for stores. Oh gosh. Oh, the Hyrule Warriors game. That's another 2025 game. So yeah, there's a good amount of stuff for 2025. I don't like being down here. Not at this stage again. This might be where I die. I still can't believe Nintendo is making it or getting an exclusive FromSoft game, though. wonder if they're publishing it. It feels like it. I mean, it's not the first time, too, that FromSoft has other publishers. In fact, they don't usually publish their own games, right? I think that's GG, right? Nope, got one more. What the heck are you doing, Junior? Oh, going back to what you were saying about the characters. Dude, I saw the dolphin. I saw the bones from the bonefish from Super Mario World. There's so many random characters. I'm kind of all for it, though. Go wild. Go deep in the pockets. I think that's cool. Also, the costumes. There were so many then. Maybe main characters have more costumes or something? I don't know. I plan on getting the bundle. I wasn't sure, but that price save on the game is enough to convince me, I think. Also, interesting how the pre-order thing they're doing. I don't know if anyone saw this. Basically, if you own a Switch already and have an online account and play games, you get first priority with the Switch too, which is I'm pretty sure it's a way to combat scalpers, which is kind of interesting. Works for me. Guess they figure the Switch 2 or the Switch install base is so large they can do that to really try to get people who already own it. Oh. But yeah, if you have that, you can sign up on Nintendo's website to be the first one to get pre-orders. Oh, another interesting thing I saw, and I kind of understand why this is. Some people were kind of upset about it, but I think there's a little bit more to it than some people are realizing. Japan is getting a cheaper console with exclusive Japanese language. Essentially a region-locked Japanese console. I think they can still get the... What the heck? Can I not go on that poll? That was weird. Well, that's game over. Alright. Oh, wait, no. What was up with... What's game mode B? Is it just harder? Let me just look at this real quick. And basically, what I've seen and what makes sense to me as to why they're doing that for Japan... It is that Japan, the yen is not doing so hot right now. And, dang, screwed that up. I think it is harder already. And essentially, I think what they're trying to do is, especially for probably places near Japan, is to stop people from just buying all their Switches from Japan for a cheaper price. Because if they charge the Japan Switch the same that they're charging the rest of the world, a lot of people in Japan won't be able to afford it because of how weak the yen is. I wonder what this means for... exclusive games? Dang it. Dude, this is already harder. But I think that's why. I think they're probably also trying to stop scalpers from buying tons of Japanese consoles, making it hard to get in Japan. So I saw some people being upset that they're doing a region lock thing, which I kind of get, but I think it's because they really want to make sure the console is competitive or, like, worth buying in Japan. Well, that's... The thing is, the yen is, again, really weak. Or, like, if they don't do that... Like, they wouldn't just do that because they think the rest of the world will pay more than Japan. I think they feel like they have to in order for the console to do well in Japan. Ba-da-ba-da-bum. It's really bad in Japan, though. The yen is really, like, from what I've heard, it's really bad in Japan. Like, I don't know, why else do you think they would do this, then? Just to make Japan have it cheaper because they want to? I genuinely think that, like... Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. All right, I'm just gonna reset. I'll do a loop on B, but that's it. There we go. That's how you do that part. Not that again. It's such a weird thing. I can't even save it when that happens. Maybe I can if I time my jump. Go. Now, if only I was playing Switch 2 games on stream, then I could use it as a tax write-off, but I don't think I can justifiably do that. I just see it as a future investment. I can't remember if you had to jump there. I kind of panicked. There we go. That's just kind of scary. What floating H's? Why did they both end up going that way again? All right, there we go. All right, I think that's gonna be it for this one. I'll stop there. 32-32, pretty short.